Hey, if you didn't know, now you know the spring game will be televised live. It's going down. Bow, BIWDOW, back up in this thing once again. And I told you guys before, and now it's official. I was just waiting on the news to be official. The black and gold game. Colorado, Coach Prime is going prime time on ESPN Saturday, April 22nd, 1 p.m. No ESPN 14, 12, 13, and all the other stuff. This is going to be on ESPN. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. It's going down at Folsom Field. The guys have a lot to compete for. Your family's going to be watching. Everybody's going to be watching, like they say. So this is major news. After getting about 1,700 people at their game last year, their spring game last year, and they gave away tickets. It was free. Now you have over 30,000 that has paid $10 to get in. And now with ESPN there, I think it's going to be an effort to make sure that this game is sold out. All the students, all the alumni, everybody from surrounding areas, make sure you come there to support this program and what Coach Prime is doing. I think this is special for a first-year coach to come into a program that was 1-11 last year. Haven't had a winning season since 2008, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They are now on ESPN, their spring game is going to be televised on national TV, and this only puts more eyes on Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffs from the recruiting standpoint. Everybody's going to be able to watch them, their spring game going head to head. And also for the transfers who are thinking about coming, you get to watch guys at your position and say, okay, I could beat him out, or I could beat him out. Okay, they're strong at this position. Okay, this guy's good. I don't need to go. It's going to be this is perfect for Coach Prime and what he wants to do with Colorado as far as bringing in more recruits, as far as getting eyes on this program, getting them national attention, more NIL deals, more partnerships coming, networking, and all of that stuff is big time for them to be on ESPN prime time, basically at 1 p.m. on a Saturday. Everybody's going to be watching. It's football on a Saturday in the springtime, April 22nd. ESPN, we get to see Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, Zico, the tight end. Everybody's wondering about the offensive and defensive line. How will they hold up? Who are the studs at linebacker? How are those edge rushers going to do coming off the end? How is the offensive line going to do keeping Shador Sanders upright? Will he have to run for his life? Will they have a running game? How is Dylan Edwards in the backfield? What about Hankerson? What about Smith? What about Smoke that's back there? You got a lot of questions to answer, and a lot of guys that's going to be competing for positions that's not guaranteed to be there after the spring, because the summer, that's when we're going to see more transfers come in. In May, when the transfer portal opens back up, where guys can leave out, they're currently entering it right now. When they can leave out and go to whatever school they want to and be recruited, Colorado is going to be high on a lot of people's list for the exposure, for Coach Prime being there, and for the opportunity to go play. It's like Coach Prime is starting a whole new expansion team. He's keeping some players, he's bringing in his own players, and he's acquiring a lot of different ones from that transfer portal and high school and graduate transfers. I think it's only going to increase once he evaluates these guys who's already there, who's just on scholarship from the last regime, who he didn't necessarily recruit or bring in. It's just like the professional leagues, where when a new coach come in, a lot of times those players who've already been there, those incumbents, those guys are subject to being traded, released, or cut. Just simple as that. And that's how it's going to be with this college football situation, with all these new coaches coming in, all these new players that can go and transfer and play immediately. Back in the day, when you transfer, you had to sit out a year. So that kind of deterred a lot of people from transferring. Unless you wanted to go down a conference, go down a division, then you could transfer and play immediately. But nowadays, you can transfer now, and you can play as soon as you get in that thing. And I only think that makes it a situation where a team can go from 1-11 to being a playoff team and a contender, and a team that can go to a bowl game and really make some noise and be ranked. I think they're headed for a top 25 ranking. They already have the top transfer class, a top 25 ranking as far as recruits goes. They're headed for a top 25 ranking mid-season. I think by that time, Colorado will have a couple upsets under their belt. Let me know what you think. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We're about to thank you for this. Yeah.